The story you are about to hear is true and is intended only for informational purposes. Some of the names, locations, and other details have been changed or omitted in efforts to protect the innocent. Today's story is about Philadelphia convicted criminal Bendu Massaquoi. According to court documents, on April 8, 2016, Bendu Massaquoi and her acquaintances Matherlina, Ben, and Kowo were at Trilogy nightclub at 6th and Spring Garden in the Northern Liberties neighborhood of Philadelphia. After a night of drinking at the nightclub, they all entered Ben's car, a 2005 Mazda 6. As Ben was driving, Massaquoi demanded that he pull the car over so that she could drive. Ben pulled over and allowed Massaquoi to drive. Massaquoi began speeding on Columbus Boulevard at 80 miles per hour. The passengers in the car repeatedly asked Massaquoi to slow down. She slowed down but then sped up again. Massaquoi was driving erratically and an Uber driver recorded Massaquoi's erratic driving with his dashboard camera.
New information on a deadly wreck you're about to see unfold here. Dash cam video shows a car lose control and crash on Columbus Boulevard early this morning. 2 people were killed, 2 others were hurt when that car barreled right into that building, and now police are trying to figure out why this happened.
The camera captured Massaquoi cutting off other vehicles, speeding, swerving, and ultimately crashing into the Pico building located at 2610 South Columbus Boulevard. Matherlina, Ben, and Kowo were passengers in the car when it crashed. Kowo and Ben's cause of death was blunt impact trauma resulting from the car crash while seated in the back seat. Matherlina suffered injuries and lacerations to her head and left leg. At the time of the collision, Massaquoi's driver's license was suspended, and her blood alcohol level was 0.174. On December 11, 2017, the day her trial was scheduled to begin, Massaquoi elected to enter an open guilty plea. She pled to 1 count of aggravated assault by vehicle while driving under the influence, 3 counts of accident involving death while not properly licensed, 1 count of aggravated assault by vehicle. However, Massaquoi has stated that due to the blood found on the driver's seat not being hers, she claims that she was not the driver. The prosecution gave an exceedingly detailed summarization of the evidence that it would have presented at trial had Massaquoi not taken a plea deal. Included in that evidence was a video of the crash and scene. A Good Samaritan who arrived on the scene moments after the accident would have testified that he pulled Massaquoi from the driver's seat. The surviving passenger would have testified Massaquoi was the driver, and that there were 3 passengers in the car. The prosecution's evidence would have also included the first responders' testimony that, when they arrived on the scene, there were 2 deceased men in the back seat of the car and the front seat passenger was stuck in the passenger's seat, and they had to pull the passenger door off to remove her. Massaquoi admitted that all these facts were accurate at her guilty plea hearing. A pre-sentencing investigation was conducted and it found that Massaquoi was a child of war while living in West Africa, that she was a mother and she was also on both probation and diversion at the time of the offense due to previous charges. On February 12, 2018, while considering the findings of the pre-sentencing investigation and a mental health evaluation, the trial court decided to go outside of the sentencing guidelines and sentenced Bendu Massaquoi to an aggregate sentence of 10 to 20 years in state prison. The story you just heard was true and is intended only for informational purposes. Some of the names, locations, and other details have been changed or omitted in efforts to protect the innocent.